Stop being boring. The secret to magnetic conversations on dates. Ever been on a date where the conversation just dies? You sit there, awkwardly stirring your drink, scrambling for something, anything, to say. Yeah, we've all been there. But what if I told you there's a way to make sure that never happens again? A way to keep any date engaged, intrigued, and actually excited to talk to you? Today, we're unlocking the secrets to mastering the art of conversation on dates, so you never have to sit through another painful silence again. If you've ever felt unsure about what to say, worried you're boring, or struggled to keep a conversation flowing, this video is for you. I'm breaking down the psychology of great conversations, the exact techniques to use, and even giving you word-for-word examples so you can start using them on your next date. And trust me, this isn't just about dating. These skills will transform the way you connect with people in all areas of your life. Hi friends, welcome to our channel, where we help men level up in dating, personal development, and financial success. If you want to improve your confidence, sharpen your social skills, and build a life that attracts high-value people, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's jump in! Before we get into the how, let's talk about why conversation is so important. Look, attraction isn't just about looks, money, or status. It's about connection. And connection happens through conversation. If you can make someone feel heard, understood, and excited to talk to you, you instantly become more attractive. A lot of guys focus on the wrong things, trying to be overly funny, bragging about their achievements, or relying on pickup lines. But the truth? The best conversationalists aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who make the other person feel amazing. If you've ever wondered why some guys, who aren't the best-looking orachist, still do incredibly well with women, it's because they've mastered the art of making conversations feel effortless and engaging. And today you're going to learn exactly how to do that. Step 1. The 80-20 rule of conversation. One of the biggest mistakes guys make on dates is talking way too much about themselves. They feel like they need to impress their date with interesting stories, opinions, or achievements. But the truth is, the most attractive conversationalists aren't the ones who dominate the discussion. They're the ones who make the other person feel heard, valued, and understood. That's why you should follow the 80-20 rule of conversation. Listen 80% of the time and talk 20%. This doesn't mean you should sit there silently and nod like a robot. It means you should focus more on guiding the conversation rather than controlling it. People naturally enjoy talking about themselves, especially when they feel like someone is genuinely interested. So instead of planning what you're going to say next, focus on her words, her emotions, and her energy. If she's talking about her job, don't just acknowledge it. Engage with it. Instead of asking basic, dead-end questions like, "Oh, you're a nurse? That must be tough." Take it a step further. Say something like, "That's amazing. I have a ton of respect for nurses. It seems like such a high-pressure job. What's the most rewarding part of it for you?" This approach makes her feel seen and encourages her to open up on a deeper level. When you give someone the space to express themselves, they associate that positive feeling with you. And that's how attraction builds effortlessly. Step 2. The hook and bridge technique. A huge mistake guys make is asking generic surface-level questions like, "So what do you do for fun?" or "Do you like to travel?" These questions might seem fine on paper, but in reality, they often lead to short, unexciting answers that don't spark any real emotional connection. The key to making your conversations more engaging is using the hook and bridge technique. This means you first share a small, interesting detail about yourself, the hook, and then you follow it up with a related question that invites her to share something as well, the bridge. For example, instead of simply asking, "Do you like to travel?" you can say, "Last year I took a solo trip to Thailand, and it was insane. I ended up hiking in the jungle with complete strangers. Have you ever done a trip like that?" Now, instead of making her feel like she's being interviewed, you've set the stage for a more engaging conversation. She now has something to react to, your personal experience, and it makes it easier for her to share her own stories. This technique works because it keeps the conversation flowing naturally, eliminates awkward silences, and helps you come across as more confident and interesting without having to force it. Step 3. Emotional storytelling. Facts are forgettable, but emotions stick. The way you tell a story can make all the difference in how engaging and memorable you are on a date. Too many guys fall into the trap of stating facts without adding any emotion, which makes their stories feel dull and uninspiring. If you want to captivate someone in conversation, you need to add emotional depth. Instead of just saying, "I went skydiving once. It was fun." Describe how it actually felt to be in that moment. Say something like, "The second I stepped out of that plane, my stomach dropped. My heart was racing, and for a split second I thought I was going to pass out." But then, as I fell through the sky, I felt this insane rush, like pure adrenaline mixed with total freedom. It was one of the craziest things I've ever done. See the difference? Now, instead of just sharing a boring fact, you're pulling your date into the experience, making her feel like she's right there with you. The beauty of emotional storytelling is that it helps your date connect with you on a deeper level because emotions are universal. Even if she's never been skydiving, she knows what fear, excitement, and adrenaline feel like, which makes it easier for her to engage with the conversation. If you can make her feel something when you talk, she's going to remember you long after the date is over. Step 4. Mastering flirty teasing. Flirting is one of the most important skills you can develop when it comes to dating, but a lot of guys either don't do it at all, or they do it completely wrong. Some guys play it too safe, which makes them come across as boring, while others try too hard and end up seeming rude or arrogant. The sweet spot is playful teasing. This means you're being lighthearted, fun, and slightly mischievous, without ever making the other person feel bad about themselves. The key to good teasing is to make it situational, not personal. You should never tease a woman about something she's insecure about, but you can joke about something random that comes up in conversation. For example, if she casually mentions that she has 5 cats, instead of just saying, "Oh, that's cool," you can playfully say, "Wait, 5 cats? Are you secretly a supervillain with a cat army plotting world domination?" This keeps the energy light, fun, and flirty, without being mean. The best way to think about teasing is how you joke around with your close friends. It's playful and friendly, but it also adds a bit of tension and excitement to the conversation. When you tease her in a fun way, you create a dynamic where she feels comfortable and engaged, which makes the entire interaction more enjoyable for both of you. Step 5. End the date on a high note. Most guys don't think about how they end a date, but the way you wrap things up can make a huge difference in how she feels about you afterward. A common mistake is letting the date fizzle out, where both of you just keep talking until there's nothing left to say. Instead, you should end the date when the energy is still high. If the conversation is going well, and there's still that spark of excitement, that's the perfect time to say something like, "All right, I have to head out soon, but I've really enjoyed this." This does 2 things. First, it leaves her wanting more. And second, it subtly shows that you have a life outside of the date, which makes you more attractive. If you want to see her again, don't play games. Be direct and confident. You can say, "I had a great time. Let's do this again soon." When you take control of the situation like this, it not only makes you more appealing, but it also removes any uncertainty about whether or not you're interested in seeing her again. Confidence is key, and knowing when and how to end a date on a high note can leave a lasting impression that makes her excited to see you again. Look, mastering the art of conversation isn't just about dating. It's about building deep, meaningful connections in every area of your life. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. So next time you're on a date, try these techniques and see how the energy shifts. And if you want more tips on improving your confidence, dating, and even building financial success, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got a ton of game-changing content coming your way. Hit that like button if you found this helpful, and drop a comment if you've ever had a painfully awkward date. We want to hear your stories. See you in the next video!